This is the Bootist physical assessment process. This is something that I expect every one of our Bootists to do the same way every time. Consistency is the key. All right, so the basic assessment. We've already had the client remove socks and shoes. We've watched the client walk over to the fit area, climb up, and just see what their natural posture is. Also, when they're taking off their socks and shoes, you want to just pay attention to their flexibility. If they have a tough time reaching down, grabbing their sock, are they huffing and puffing? You just want to pay attention to their body movements at this point. So the first thing what we're going to do is just get the feet about 5 inches apart, which happens to be about my fist width, knees straight ahead. And we're just looking at what the foot looks like. Are they symmetrical? We're looking at initial arch shape while seated, shape of toes. We're looking at things such as how the ankle bones are, the ankle there. Also, what shape is the lower leg? And even sitting, are the kneecaps coming straight ahead? So Michael, you're gonna stand on up. Here, we're looking really to see if the arch has changed. They did not in this case. We're also looking to see if any fat pad on either side of the heel has started to emerge, inside or outside. Looking to see if there's any difference in toe shape when standing. Again, while standing, we're looking to see if the leg shape changed. Bowed in, knock-kneed, very straight. Looking at what the calf looks like, because that could go into the boot. So you're going to spin around, face the wall. Here we're taking a look at the legs once again, better look at the calf. Importantly here we're looking at the heel bone. It's kind of bean shaped, and we're looking for the heel bone to be lined up pretty well with the lower 2/3 of the leg, within a couple degrees. Also at this point gives a little bit better view of the ankle bones. And all of a sudden we can see if, looking straight ahead with the feet parallel, if it looks like there's too many toes sticking out on one side. Just the appearance of how the width of the forefoot is. All right, Michael, you can take a seat. This is when I'm going to shake hands with the feet. This is going to tell me a little bit about hamstrings, lower leg feel, what tension is in the system. So simply I'm going to grab it back here, bring it up. A lot of times I'll grab the heel, move the heel side to side, see if there's some flexibility. Then I'm going to grab the 5th and 4th metatarsal head, swing the foot through a range of motion until it lines up perpendicular to the floor here. And that looks fine. So now just relax the foot. Now I'm going to check the 5th ray flexibility. So we start here, I support the 4th through the 1st and see if it moves up and down evenly compared to my stationary hand. Then I'm going to move and support 2 through 5 with the bottom of my finger, and I'm going to see if the 1st ray moves up and down. If it's flexible, this is a flexible, adaptable side to the ground. Then we're going to lift it up. Put them at 90, 90, 90. I'm going to pull up on the big toe and see if the arch height changes. If the big toe doesn't move easily, you can take all the toes and lift up. And we're looking at rise here. This will indicate a flexible arch or a rigid arch. Okay, so we'll go through the procedure with the other foot as well. And also right now, I'm going to check the flexibility of the ankle. So I'm going to put my fist and stabilize the 4th through the 5th and have Michael bend his knees. And I'm looking at this angle. Am I visualizing more than 10, 11 degrees? It's really hard to say, but really what I'm saying is I want to feel if there's flexibility or a lot of looseness in the system. I'll do the same with the other foot as well. And bend the knee. You do it a few times and just see how the foot moves. Okay, from here we're going to go to our basic measurements and sizing. So I usually like to start with a Brannock that has Mondo point sizing. So I take the foot starting at 90 degrees with the ankle, knee, and hip, all the way back. And I will visualize the size, take a look. Measures about, say, a 29. The width in millimeters across the widest, about 95. In the heel instep perimeter, which I take my tape zeroed, middle of the heel cup, measure through the crease part of the instep. And here I'm seeing we measure about 27. So we do have a decent discrepancy between length and heel step, instep perimeter. At this point too, keeping him right in here while he's seated, I'm going to check for ankle flexibility here. Here I'm going to have Michael leave his foot relaxed. Sometimes it helps if they look up at the ceiling so they don't see what you're doing. Little angle finder. It's a simple way to check ankle flexibility. Typically, we want the center of the knee over about the second toe. If they want to splay, put your hand right on there. Put your hand right on your knee, Michael. And I'm going to gently lift up, making sure I'm not tipping this Brannock device one way or the other. And I'm lifting up until I just see the heel start to lift. It might be just the fat pad as well. So there, so we're well beyond 25 degrees. We're looking 10 to 12 degrees. Also going to have Michael stand up and see if the size changes. And in this foot, it stays the same. So these are all the basic measurements. In assessment, you can sit down, please, that we need to get someone into a ski boot properly. Before this, we have talked about what type of skiing experience we want on the hill, and that's going to help guide us to the right boot and the right fit.